If you have a Dachshund, they are probably glued to your side 24/7. Now, there are ways to improve their separation anxiety, and in this video I'm going to show you how. First of all, it's great to just discuss what separation anxiety looks like. I'm currently showing that right now because she literally cannot be anywhere besides sat on my lap. Signs of separation anxiety include crying, whining, barking, screaming the second you leave the house, clinginess, following you room to room, and then also destructive behaviour like chewing and scratching furniture. First of all, I just want to let you all know that this is completely normal, especially in Dachshunds. They are very prone to separation anxiety. They've literally been bred to be like this. If you want a Velcro lap dog, then this is the one for you. Now, I feel like this is actually one thing that I didn't realise. Like, obviously, when I did my research before getting a miniature Dachshund, I was warned about separation anxiety and obviously the clinginess and the neediness, but I really don't think I actually realised how needy they are. Like, they take needy to a completely new level. Like I said earlier on, there are ways in which you can make this a little bit better for them and also make it a little bit better for you, because obviously it's not a nice situation to be in when you're leaving the house and all you are hearing is screaming, crying, barking, and the mum guilt that you have inside you is literally awful. And then you don't enjoy yourself when you go out. All you're doing is going to the coffee shop to get a coffee, and the whole time you are freaking out, panicking, sweating, stressing out, hoping that they are okay, when obviously they're not enjoying themselves. All they want is you to come back, and you can't enjoy going to the shop and getting a coffee anymore. This is actually one thing that you probably wouldn't have even thought of, because I didn't when I was beginning to crate train Mabel. One common mistake that people will do is they will leave the dog in another room but still be in the same house. This is not going to work on training their separation anxiety, because they know that you're still in the house. You need to completely leave the house, the apartment, whatever space you are in, because if you are even in the room next door, in the kitchen, in the lounge, and they're in the other room, one, they know that you're there, two, they're gonna kick and scream even more, and three, you're just gonna get completely and utterly stressed out and just feel 10 times worse and guilty that you are leaving them on their own. So first of all, whether you are crate training your Dachshund or not, I strongly recommend to crate train. Now, the main reason that I crate trained Mabel was because we all know that Dachshunds are prone to a condition called IVDD. It's actually a 1 in 4 chance that they could develop this condition. If there is ever any need for crate rest in the future, then it is so important that your dog is trained on how to be in a crate. You don't obviously want to get yourself into a situation in the future where they've gone to the vet, they've had a major surgery, and you get back home and you need to put them in a crate that they are not familiar with, and yeah, they are just kicking, screaming, and making the process just 10 times more difficult. So that is the main reason why I crate train Mabel. Also, obviously, for peace of mind, I can go out, pop her in the crate for an hour, and just know that she is not roaming around the house. She is completely safe, completely secure. She's not like going around chewing any wires, or something could accidentally fall on her, and that just makes things so much less stressful when I do leave her. So let's get into actually leaving them. So say you're going out and you've popped them in the crate, you're making a big massive fuss. This is a mistake that I made at the start until I found out and realised that this is not what you should do. If you're making a big massive fuss every time you're leaving them and putting them in the crate, they're gonna associate the crate as this big built up anxious strange time, like you're leaving, you're getting them all worked up even more. So the best thing that you should do, which I know is really difficult, is if you're going out and you need to leave them, let's say 30 minutes, an hour, you want to pop them in the crate and just don't say anything. Just make it seem completely normal. They're just going in the crate for a nap. If you've already crate trained them, then they will start to get familiar with the crate, see it as their little safe space. And then when you return and you let them out, you do not want to make a massive fuss. You don't want to, obviously when you let them out, you're so excited to see them, they're excited to see you, and you just want to be like, oh my god, hi, oh my god. Just go like absolutely crazy. This also increases anxiety, because they're going to then associate you leaving and coming back as this big massive thing, when in reality it shouldn't be, and you should be able to leave the house for an hour and leave them on their own. It's also really good for them and you to just have that time apart and not be so attached to each other. If you have a Dachshund, you will know that separation anxiety isn't just in your dog, it is also in yourself, and you will probably develop it as well. When you return, you want to, now this is the really tricky bit, you want to open the crate, let them out, and ignore them for about 2 minutes. Just don't say anything, don't make a big massive deal. Once this 2 minutes has passed, they are going to completely forget that you've just come back through the door and you returning is this big massive ordeal. And then obviously after 2 minutes you can make your fuss, you can say hello, you can cuddle them, kiss them, and do all of that. Yeah, that is one really important trick that I definitely wish I'd known sooner. To be fair, I was quite lucky with Mabel. She was quite easy to crate trained, and I did implement a lot of these tips and tricks early on, and yeah, they have definitely paid off now, and I'm just so glad that I did put the time into training her with this. Then obviously, like I said before, you want to use gradual desensitization. So you basically want to increase the amount of time that you are leaving them for. So if you just want to start off small, you can start off with 5-10 minutes. You could literally leave the house, walk up the road and come back. You could also get a dog camera so you can obviously see what's going on, check what's happening in that time that you're leaving. And then obviously the more and more you do this, you just increase the time gradually a bit more. So you could do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then you can start building it up to an hour, 2 hours. Obviously when they're little, I would start off small because they will need the toilet a lot more often than they would when they are a bit older. So whether they are in their crate or you've just set up like a little cozy den for them, I'd recommend leaving maybe a t-shirt with your scent on it. You could even try and put some like calming music on, or I think there's this program called Bluey, which is meant to be a program where dogs can like really kind of understand what is being said. I don't really know, I put it on for Mabel before and she's literally sat on the TV like this, like with her head tilted. So that's also maybe like a nice little distraction that you could put on for them. Also, say if you are leaving them for maybe 10-15 minutes, you could try leaving them with enrichment toys. So this will keep them distracted and preoccupied. You could get a snuffle mat, you could get Kong. So a Kong is this like, I don't even know if I've got one, I might have one in here somewhere. But it's like this rubber toy. You can basically put like either treats inside of it, or what I used to do when Mabel was a puppy was I'd get cream cheese and I would put it all on the inside and then pop it in the freezer and then give it to her, and this would take her ages to kind of like get into it, get all the cream cheese. Obviously it's frozen, so it's going to take a bit more time to defrost. And yeah, this was also really good for her teething as well, because she was teething, and coldness from the Kong was also really soothing for her gums and her teeth. So yeah, I definitely recommend getting a Kong. Snuffle mats are really good. I have this snuffle knot mats, and it's basically this big sheet and it's got all these like little pocket compartments in it, and you basically put treats all inside it and then roll it up and then tie it into a big knot. And obviously they've got to try and undo the knot, get into the mat, and they can smell all the treats and try and get in there. So that's also a good little thing to leave them distracted. So one thing to know is that they will learn best from positive reinforcement. So if they are screaming, whining, barking, the worst thing you could possibly do is raise your voice and shout at them, because this is actually going to make them more anxious and just react more to the situation. Basically want to reward behaviour for when they are quiet. So if they are screaming, barking and crying and then you kind of manage to calm them down a bit, you want to reward that behaviour with obviously positive reinforcements, telling them, oh, like, well done, good girl, giving them treats. Yeah, just making them know that that is how they should be reacting in a certain situation, and not obviously barking, screaming, crying, because the reason why they are doing that is because they are anxious. So yeah, that's also a really good thing to know. One thing that people obviously really struggle with when they are training on separation anxiety and leaving the house is the screaming, crying, because you do get mum guilt and you do feel so bad and you just want to go back and obviously comfort them and make sure that they're okay. As hard as it is, and I cannot stress this enough, you've just got to go out. Like, you should be able to leave the house and leave them for 30 minutes, an hour, and you've got to be strict on yourself. Like, if you don't do this early on, then you're never going to be able to do anything and you're never going to be able to go anywhere without them. So yeah, as hard as it is, you do just have to ignore them, which I definitely struggled with. It was really hard because as you're leaving and you can just hear them crying in the place down, it's obviously not a nice thing to hear, but yeah, you do just have to ignore them, and I promise you it will be worth it in the future. Like now, Mabel's used to me leaving. Like if I pop her in the crate, she's like, oh great, nap time. Like she actually loves it, don't you? And yeah, she sees this as just like a little time out. She can just have a little nap. Also, I feel like when she's trying to nap in the house and like me and my boyfriend are in, if any of us get up and move, she will follow us, so she can't actually have a proper deep nap or sleep. Whereas if I pop out for an hour, or we're both out for like an hour and she's in the crate, she knows that like we're not in the house. She can just have a full hour to catch up and sleep, especially if she's been on like a big walk. Then yeah, it's just good for them. Also, it's really good for them to have sleep because it just lets them rebuild all those muscles that they've been working. So yeah, you do have to ignore them. Now, this is actually a topic that we do talk about a lot in my Dachshund community. So if you don't already know, I run a Dachshund community called the Silly Sausages. We now have like over 60 members, which is actually insane. Yeah, we are, I'd say small, but we're now getting into a larger community of Dachshund, mainly mums. I don't think we have any Dachshund dads in there yet, but yeah, we are a big loving community of Dachshund mums. Yeah, we have people joining every day, people who have just gotten a new puppy. So if you've gotten a new puppy and you have no clue on what is going on, especially this topic that we've talked about today, if you have any problems, issues, or you just have a quick question that you just need to ask someone, then yeah, pop it into the community and everyone is straight on there now. But yeah, it's also so lovely to see all the puppies growing up. Like obviously we've had people who've been in there a few months, and yeah, I've just loved watching the progress of them grow up, and even watching the progress of their mums training them. It's just such a rewarding group. So I'll leave the link for that in the description. I currently have a big 100 member giveaway going on right now. So there's 3 big prizes for that. Sorry, my camera just died. So the 100 member giveaway, if you join before we hit 100 members, I think we've got 37 spots left to join, then you have a 1 in 33 chance of winning the giveaway. Yeah, definitely go check that out and go check the prizes that are on offer. With the separation anxiety, it comes with a lot of time and patience. You can literally only do your best. Mabel still, she is nearly 17 months and her separation anxiety isn't perfect. Actually, it's still quite bad. In fairness, the whole crate training and going out the house and leaving her, she is really good at, and I generally do believe that that is from the amount of time and training that I put into her, yeah, in the early puppy days. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself if you feel like you're putting a lot of time and effort in and nothing's really working. Obviously, like I said at the start of the video, they are a breed that are prone to having separation anxiety. So no matter what, they are basically always going to have that part of them. But yeah, the ways that I've spoken about in this video are ways that you can make them feel better, and you can kind of help and control the situation a bit more. I hope this video has helped give you a bit more of an idea on how to deal with a needy, clingy Dachshund. There she comes. If you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you want more tips on training your miniature Dachshund. I do have a playlist all about training and puppy tips, and then I do vlog my life raising a Dachshund in my 20s. I've literally vlogged the day since I got Mabel as a puppy, so if you're new here and you want to go way back over the past year and rewatch all those videos, then there is a playlist all under Mabel. But yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and we shall see you all in the next video.